Hi guys, it's me, the Amazing Gamer DJMC here. This is a review on Season 1 of Spider-Man the Animated Series. However, if you try to buy the series on YouTube, for some reason it'll be labeled as Marvel Comics Spider-Man, but it doesn't show up when you type it in on YouTube, so what I suggest you guys do is type in on the Google search bar on your cell phones or tablet, whichever you want to do this on, at least get a $100 gift card for Google Play Store because all 5 seasons of this show will cost about, with the plus tax, $22.78. That goes the same with Spider-Man Unlimited. But anyway, if you saw my community post, I'm going to be breaking down season 1. So, I'm going to do a video separate on each season. But anyway, so far, season 1 is a good Spider-Man show. Starting off with, I can get the thing moving, 13 episodes, which is not that bad. And the voice acting is spectacular, especially when we have the legend Christian Daniel Barnes voicing both Spider-Man and Peter Parker, which his portray very, very unique. And also, he played the role perfectly, especially during the Symbiote Saga, which is, I'm going to say this is our first introduction of the Black Suit being in any Spider-Man cartoon media before we see it in. Technically, we see it in Spider-Man Unlimited, but one episode only. Spectacular. Not mentioning Ultimate because, well, Peter never wore the Black Suit. And then there's 2017 Spider-Man. However, if I would have it my way of how I think the show should have done this, like in episodes order, I'm thinking because this was a 3-part storyline, the Alien Costume Saga, I think they should have moved up the Hobgoblin episodes and the Chameleon one, right after, they should have been the ones after Craven the Hunter episode. Because, if you think about it, basically the first season shows most of the members of the Sinister Six, while the Alien Costume Saga shows us Rhino, who does become a member in Season 2. I think you should have ended the Season 1 with the 3-parter here. Now, I will talk about the Hobgoblin storyline. And actually, I have to pause here for a sec because I gotta show this. Alright, so these right here are my physical media copies of some of the episodes to this series. Right here we have the Venom Saga DVD. Now, this only has all 3 parts of the Alien Costume Saga from Season 1, but then it has Venom's Return and Carnage from Season 3 of the show. So, it's a montage of a storyline just put into one. Also, while I was just rewatching some of these, apparently it follows the way how it did it on TV. For example, you know the scene where Spider-Man is swinging through the city at night after he gets out of the Hudson River, and then he has the alien black symbiote on his land blue suit, but it's just pretending to be gunk. And he stops at a rooftop to look at his tracking device because he put a spider tracer behind Rhino's leg. But of course, it disappeared. But if you notice on the show, he still has the black gunk on his suit. On the DVD version, however, it shows it's not there. So I don't know if that's an animation error when they put this on DVD or something else. Now, when we get to part 3, when Peter is swinging around before he spots Rhino, from the episode it shows that he's swinging at nighttime, but in this it shows it switched to daytime for some reason. Now, Hobgoblin in the show surprised me because, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, Hobgoblin in this show was voiced by Luke Skywalker himself, Mark Hamill, which I could not believe that, actually, because the voice didn't sound like Luke Skywalker to me. Then keep in mind, I think my dad showed me Star Wars when I was maybe 6. But, yeah. When I first saw this series, I had these three, this showed me the show. I didn't watch the entire series fully until uh back when Disney turned Jetix to Disney XD, and then they decided to rerun all the classic cartoons that includes this show. So for a while now, this show was on Disney XD before we see it on Disney Plus. Also, I gotta point out something on Disney Plus real quick. For some reason on Disney Plus, they switched the episode number here. So, like, most of the episodes in season 1 of Disney Plus are in the correct order, but for some reason, after you get past Return of the Spider Slayer, sorry, I almost said Spider Saga, but for some reason they switched Mysterio to be the next episode instead of Doc Ock. Like Doc Ock on Disney Plus is episode 5, while this is supposed to be episode 4. Disney Plus, what the fuck made you guys think that? But yes, so and the storytelling for each of the characters, especially the bad guys Peter has faced, are very interesting. The voice acting for Mary Jane, Felicia Hardy, fantastic choice. Same thing with Aunt May, Harry Osborn, Norman Osborn, J. Jonah Jameson. Everybody, like everyone, put their heart and souls in this, and it is nice. I'm rewatching this now. I'm doing these videos specifically that we just found out that this cartoon show is gaining a revival and a comic book platform, a 4-issue miniseries that will give us the long-awaited answer what happened with Mary Jane. In other words, Peter finds her. So, looking forward to that. Remember, first issue comes out on September 3rd. Now, if I say how do I rate season 1 of the show, if I had to say season 1 gets a, let's say a 9.5 out of 10. Because they really took their time to understand the characters, and they had to make sure they had the right voice actors. Now, sadly, I don't know who voiced the villains, but the villains they did in here are amazing. And believe it or not, it was because of this show Venom became popular, actually. That and probably also maybe the Ultimate Spider-Man comic books also did something with Venom's character, which is different, so yeah. But this show shows, like, what would happen if we got to see a Darkseid version of Spider-Man. Like, basically, like, when Peter had this symbiote, it made him, like, forget his moral compass, like, to the point where he doesn't mind being a bit more ruthless. Like, he doesn't mind bloodshed, he doesn't mind killing. I will say this, though. The creator of this show, now, if you guys know the name of the person, feel free to say it in the comments, because I, myself, can't remember the person's name, but if he's watching this, thank you for creating one of the greatest Spider-Man shows of all time. What surprised me the most is that, as you can tell in the show, like if you see police officers, agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and specifically S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, for some reason you don't see like actual like weaponry, like guns that shoot bullets in the show. You just see like laser weapons, which is interesting. And the reason that, and also like you don't see Spider-Man throwing like a punch here or two, while he does throw a punch and kick, but he doesn't do more of it because he uses mostly his web shooters, is because the show creator decided to be cautious. Like he said, he wanted to play it safe so that way, because this was airing on Fox Kids at the time. So there's only been one episode, and that's in season 3, which I will get to when I get to the 3rd season, is when we see a real gun. Technically, when you watch the episode titled Day of the Chameleon, the scene when he turns himself into Nick Fury, but the eye patch is on the wrong side, the gun he about to pull out, it was actually based on a real pistol gun at the time of that era. Which, now that I think about it, technically season 1 and 3 are the only in this Spider-Man show that showed real guns, but most of it has just been laser guns, which I don't mind. Now, I will say this though, I find it was weird though how this show shows Felicia Hardy, the blonde chick in the show, instead of Gwen Stacy. Now, before you say, dude, she's in season 5, I know that, but why was it that you decided to put Felicia Hardy, who later in the show does become Black Cat, why put her in there, like, throughout most of the 4 seasons? Like, why show Gwen at the very last of the end of the show? But, whatever the reasons were, I will respect it. I'm not being judgmental or anything. I think it was weird. Then again, keep in mind, the only love interest I know for Spider-Man was basically Mary Jane and Black Cat. Because of the DVDs I had, and then after rewatching the series fully. So, yeah. But, let me know how you guys would rate this show, like, all 5 of its seasons. I myself enjoyed season 1, like, I enjoyed all the seasons. And after I'm done uploading this, or whenever I do upload this, I'm gonna head straight to season 2. Now, when we get to season 2, there's a lot I gotta say about season 2. But, if you guys like this video, feel free to hit that like button, and hit that subscribe button, and hit the bell button to be notified every time I upload new videos. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a spectacular day. Hope everyone's staying good and like being healthy and stuff like that. And, yeah, looking forward to watching more of this show. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you guys think of this video. And, hope you guys like it. Later.